It does seem like price is trying to hold at these levels, using bearish levels as support. One here, and pushing higher and taking buy side liquidity, which is pretty good confirmation. So far, I think my bias is correct and price is trying to enter and go higher. We did catch it currently from where price opened, just below the entry, just below the entry price at 21,331.50. The open price, I apologize, of that candle. We'll have to wait and see what happens from here. So the thing that I'm struggling with trading currently is trusting my bias and learning the right times to leverage a little bit more, more risk. Like, for example, if this trade is right, this entry here, I could have entered 3 contracts instead of 1, and that would have led to a profit of, let's say it does go up there, we would have made instead of $450 instead of 150. So it would have, doubled, tripled our profits. But I don't know. I also want to be consistent with it. Our billing subscription renews the 15th, which is tomorrow, which kind of makes me want to, try to trade so that I could pass it before the billing cycle. But it's just better to be consistent and to build the reps for trading. So that's what I'm trying to do, so that I can build confidence and on my bias, on my analysis. And as you guys can see, it does seem like to be supporting the bullishness of, like, the bullish side of this trade. So we'll see what happens here. I think if we get to those highs, maybe we I don't know if it's a part of me wants to like push my my take profit higher. We do have buy side liquidity at 21,641.75. That's the last bullish candle we have. The last high that we have before the drops that we've had lately. But I don't know. They could be targeting 22,699.50 highs. As you guys can see, there's been a lot of bullish news when it comes to the tariffs with Trump and the $600 billion deal that they had with Saudi Arabia. I don't know if that could be what's factoring into the stock market right now. Let me look at news. So today's Thursday, and 8:30 a.m. we had CPI, and then Fed Chair Powell spoke today as well. Let me just make sure I'm on this week's. Yeah, so Fed Chair Powell spoke. Oh, actually, sorry, that's tomorrow. I apologize. So today there is no news. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to have core PPI, retail sales, unemployment claims, as well as Fed Chair Powell speaking. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. Don't like how price is trading lower here now. This could be the turning point for that bullish trade that we were aiming for. Maybe they created buy side liquidity here for them to take later on. Because like I said, on the daily, if we look closely, this is the daily candle. We already took yesterday's daily candle out. And I don't know. Is it possible that this AM session wants to trade lower first? So maybe we see this daily candle trade lower inside of this level to then push higher. That's what I've been studying lately, trying to see how the daily candles move because sometimes we think that it's going to react a certain way, but maybe there's certain times for it to act. So maybe right now, AM session, this green candle will turn black and bearish. And then once it's gotten to discount near the zone and taken the daily low, maybe then they'll push higher. Or I could be, right that this is just going to push higher because we've been bullish. And this candle is just going to trade higher, maybe create even a higher high, or like higher, price high than this wick right here, which is where we're currently targeting right here. And it's gonna go even higher, and then the PM session is just gonna retrace back inside of this candle. So it's gonna create like a higher, let me see if I can show this way. So it'll create like that higher candle like this, maybe like even tap that buy side liquidity, and then like PM session is just going to create that wick, and that candle will just close like lower, leaving that wick here like that. So that's essentially what I'm studying, what I'm learning to pay attention to and learn when it comes to trading. As you guys can see, it's been very choppy, but it does seem like it's holding inside of this bullish fair value gap. It's back to being bullish now after trading through it. So we traded through it, used it as resistance, becoming an inverse fair value gap. And then we traded through it again. It was very choppy in here. And then we're above it. Ideally, I want to see this candle push higher now. Like if it doesn't, I think we're wrong on bias. I want to see it push higher and target the highs at 21,362. I think we can possibly even lower our stop loss, but I don't know if that's smart of me to do, because like I said, we're still learning how price reacts here. So, but if we shift our stop loss to 42 points instead of 100, we would only be risking around $20. So let's see if this candle here holds and pushes higher. That's what I would like to see around this level now. I am going to shift my stop loss lower at this point. It should push higher. That's how I feel, at least. So we're risking 21 points for this trade to make around 150. It's possible that it trades even higher than this high. The market has been extremely bullish, but how bullish can it be and for how long? It's been pumping for a while, since the start of the week. So I don't know. And today could be just that, kind of day where market is just like choppy, and building that liquidity both ways so that they can trade, a lot faster Thursday and Friday. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It does look like maybe it wants to stop us out. I don't know. I did shift my stop loss higher too, so that could be the downfall of our trading day today. Shifting our stop loss higher. If it does, I think we'll still have some sort of profits, around $25, but we would have lost most of our profits already, just from, trading several times today. My biggest regret this trading session was definitely not taking that NASDAQ profit that we got when we got around $500 worth of profits on that selling candle. So we entered here on NASDAQ, and it came down to the lows, and we shifted our stop loss to break even, but we did not take profits. And then we got, like I think 175. That was when we got the $175 profit. And then we took a couple of trades on MNQ, and then just ended up losing those profits. So it is what it is. That's part of trading. That's what we're trying to learn. We're learning to discern the right entries. And yeah, by the looks of it, though, don't know. I think we might get stopped out here, especially because it's like so trading lower. We had so many wicks at the balanced price range. Maybe they were just trying to, take that buy side liquidity, and they want to go lower now. And there you go. Stopped out. Let's see where we're at. So $50 still in profits for today. That buy side liquidity was rated there. But it seems, I don't know, it seems maybe we were wrong, or maybe it's just that, buy inside of here, which is a, bullish rally gap, that last retracement before pumping higher. So as you guys can see, if I had left my stop loss where it was prior to, we would have still been in this trade. So keep that in mind as well. And I think it's going to pump higher now. Very, very choppy right now. I think it's just because a lot of people are trying to figure out where it's going to go. And you're not sure. Yeah. It's a bullish level. We got disrespected, traded higher above it again. So I don't really know what it's trying to do from this point. Market's very choppy right now. I don't know if it's the best time to enter. I don't know if I'm making a mistake entering here. Risking around 40 bucks. It's basically the last of my profits because we're down to 50 bucks left from the profits we had earlier, which is why we're going in lightly. Let me log out of this so that I can log into another tab, but we'll see what happens here.